I didn't tell you what happened between me and Emma, this Armenian girl. So Tawhid knew about this, because I talked to him about it. And he said that I made a covenant between me and Baha'u'llah. I was like around June. He said, I want, but August, you forget this girl. I asked Baha'u'llah to do it because your suffering is not fair to you. It's, you know. August came past. I don't know. We never talked about it. He must have noticed it, but I never went to that girl anymore. Completely vanished from my brain. I found out all of it was Baha. There was nothing else. But Baha could not be realized in my head, in my brain. This is how I had to go through the love of a girl to feel, to get a boost, those feelings, and then those feelings guide me to the real beloved and get involved in the teaching to gain all the real quality. I was one of the bravest men around there. Even during the revolution, I tell you, right in the revolution, the first session of the Islamic government, I would tell them Baha'i faith. And Muslims, they were just astounded. They said that you are on a suicide mission. I told them whatever it may be, but it's not going to change. My destiny is in the hand of God. If He wants to take me, He will. And if He doesn't, all of you get together, you're not going to be able to do it. In those days, I remember there was another shop that we sometimes stop by, have sandwich. It was belonged to a Baha'i too. I didn't know it. His name is Mr. Samimi. Those who are listening to this, they would know him. He was selling sandwich. It's always I was talking about Baha'i faith to the Armenian, to the Muslims there. And one day, this Armenian, I like this boy very much, taller really. His name was Vazgen. He came and said, Abbas, I need 150 tuman, which is like, you know, our currency, like dollar. Let's say, I need 150. It's so bad. I have to have it or I'm dying. I told him, what is the problem? Why would you say this? He says that I'm on heroin. I told him, no, you can't be. He said, listen, there's no time to talk right now. And he was shaking. I told him, this is 150 tuman. Go do it. But me and you have to talk. And it was 9, 10 o'clock. I came down towards the same house as I said that they led me to stay with my father came back and I stayed there a few months in that house. So this Akbar Ali Bakhshi and his gang again was in that street called Azari to give me trouble. Me, one boy, eh? And these guys are real hooligans. We're talking, they carry knives all the time. I put my sleeves right up. I told them, you bastard, you come towards me and let's see what you want. And I really yelled at them, I screamed at them, saying, you come, you cowards. You know what? Nobody came. I experienced these things that I read in the history, that somebody was saying indignified word and this and that. Baha'u'llah said, I will send 2 guys, just to take care of you all. How could 2 do all that army? But I knew what it means now. When the man is with God, with Baha'u'llah, things change. It's like one dog and millions ships. Ships, what can they do to a dog? One bark and they're all gone. So it's like one lion and thousands, millions of dogs. They can't do. One big takes them away. Eh? And that night I had a very strange dream. It was my first dream of Baha'u'llah. Yeah, I had a vision of Baha'u'llah that I am in a room, and Persian, they have this something called kursi, which means it's a 3 foot, not even 3 foot, it's 2 feet high table, maybe 4 feet by 4 feet by 2 feet, and they put a big quilt on the top of it, and some kind of a coal, like kerosene or whatever, inside coal, actual coal made out of wood. And they cover it with ashes. And they go under it to warm up. And I'm under one of those, like there's 4 sides in this room. Somebody knocks the door. My father was a big fundamentalist and against Baha'i faith all the time. Very man with a lot of insulting language. He's very much insulting words he uses all the time. He gets up at the door and he says, hey, you Abbas, Jamal is here. And Jamal means beauty. Immediately I knew in my heart he meant Jamal Mubarak, which in English means blessed beauty. That's the title of Baha'u'llah. I knew Baha'u'llah was at the door. I immediately got up, and there he was with the clothes of his time, with the robe. The robe was kind of a little bit old robe. It was not all brand new. And he was with the mother of Shawqi Effendi, an older lady with the blue eyes. And he came in. I said, sir, master, I told him to be in one side, and he and the mother of Shawqi Effendi, they went on one side of this quilt, and I'm in this side, and my father's on the other side. My brother, these Muslim brothers I had, was a very nice guy, but against the Baha'i faith. He was not under quilt, but he was in that corner. And my father started to insult Baha'u'llah. He was saying that you guys are like rotten egg. I could not take his word, got up to just behead him. And every time I was attacking him, Baha'u'llah was saying to me, I didn't know what to do here. This man, my father, insulting Baha'u'llah in the house. And my brother was just crying, we didn't do nothing. So I couldn't take it because it was too much insult, and Baha'u'llah at the same time telling me, don't say nothing. I came out of the quilt and jumped over this things, and I went out to get out of this strange situation because he's insulting and I want to kill him. And Baha'u'llah tells me that just don't do nothing. It was an amazing dream. I had many dreams. This is one of them. The first one I'm pretty sure that I had of Baha'u'llah. Yeah, tomorrow when I was walking in the street, I was a new guy, totally. So, this story has to continue because I tell you what happened later on when Tawheed was living actually among those other Baha'is in that part of the Majidiyah. He was having a moral class, that's the word, because it was conducted in Sundays. In Iran it's on Friday in the morning, and I was writing a lot of great poetry those days, Masnavi of all type, and Tawheed corrected the first one for me. Not correcting, but he suggested instead of the word man, which means I, he said use the word we, so there's no individual, it's just us, not I, us. And I agreed with that. And anywhere that it says man, which in Persian means I change it to ma, which means we. And that's how my first Masnavi changed. Because of Tawheed, I changed those words. And we had a great relationship. So he decided to take me to his class to the student. And they had questions, And there, for the first time, I saw the Baha'i kids. I was a Baha'i, but I didn't see Baha'i kids. I mean, I saw those guys, but these Baha'is were children into the moral class of 15, 16, younger, a couple of years younger than me. That's where I actually found my first wife. In there. I'll tell you what happened in there. And the circumstances that went through, that we ended up coming to Canada. So, the moral of the story is that people like Mustafa or Nemat Khole or Jawad, who's clumsy Jawad, they were so changed that I swear to God, in the meetings that we were going, this Jawad would talk like a doctor. This Mustafa changed like a human being. He said, who is causing these changes? This is why in the writing says that you do not realize the mysteries of God unless you get engaged in teaching. This is, you can call it teaching, but I'm telling you people, when you start to teach, and doesn't matter, take your book, whatever you have, go to a park, just say hello to somebody. Don't proselytize. Proselytization is not good. But open up the talk in each way do you want it to do it. You know how me and Tawheed we talk? We would go in the bus. We didn't need to be in the bus, but we would go to the bus. In the bus, he would act like a Muslim, and he asked me questions that, you Baha'is, what do you think about this and that? As we were talking, others would listen and would come down into the discussion, and they wanted to know what's going on, and then we would talk to them. There are many methods. You will be mastering your method and your ways as you get involved in it. I'll tell you, it's just like a business. It's like swimming. You gotta get into the water, then you learn to swim. It's like bike riding, you know. You gotta get on it. Once you learn how to do it. It's like a car. Sitting down and learning and reading is not gonna make you a driver. You gotta get into the car and do it to learn. It's earning. So there's no particular method. Everyone has his own method, and I have seen it. Every one of them works. Because this is what literally happens. The moment you get engaged in teaching, you are getting hired by God. And you know what you're doing? You're doing the work of Baha'u'llah. Baha'u'llah, the Bab, Abdul Baha, Shoghi Effendi, and all the Baha'i great teachers, that is what they came here to live, to do, to teach. And now you are doing that. Immediately, as soon as you do, all those energies come in. You see a different plane of life. Tonight, as I speak to you, all the souls are around and listening. But like this flower, Abdul Baha says, doesn't know we exist. We touch him, we give him water, but he doesn't know. Souls are like this. They are here. It's clearly in the Baha'i writing that God uses those people to come and aid you and help you. We are like a baby in the womb of the mother. Outside of the womb, our father, family, they all touch the belly and try, to nurture and do things. They're waiting for us to get out of the belly. But we're in the belly. So when we are growing, all the spirits outside of this material life, they touch us, they help us. They come and tell us things in an immense ways. But this sense of the attributes and the quality, like bravery, like forgiveness, giving, generosity, being detached from the material life while you're completely using it.